right, guys. So today we're talking about Sam Altman, owner of OpenAI and ChatGPT. He's been crying lately over DeepSeek. DeepSeek is the Chinese AI company that came out recently, and they're basically crushing every single metric that ChatGPT set, or they're even on par. So they're about the same or better in most ways. And they did that with about $6 million. It took Sam Altman billions upon billions of dollars to do that. And so, that caused NVIDIA and the entire sector, the AI sector, to lose about $1 trillion in market capitalization in one day, which is absolutely bonkers. In one day, $1 trillion. It's hard to even fathom. So, having said that, this guy, Sam Altman, now is crying that DeepSeek stole their intellectual property. Okay? The irony in that shouldn't be lost on anyone because OpenAI has been sued multiple times, countless times, for copyright infringement because he's using copyrighted content to train the AI. And, that's obvious, but we actually have Elon Musk confirming that. So we're going to go to it and check it out in a moment. But check this out. After spending years indiscriminately ripping off other people's work and getting sued for copyright infringement left and right, OpenAI is sobbing that the buzzy Chinese AI startup DeepSeek did the same thing on its AI that it built on all that pilfered data or content. As the Financial Times reports, OpenAI is accusing the app of using its proprietary models to train its own ChatGPT competitor. The company claimed that it had some evidence of DeepSeek using the output of OpenAI's models to train its own, a technique called distillation. So basically, the Chinese were smart enough to use the output of ChatGPT to train their model, which is absolutely genius and, should not be overlooked or, undervalued. That's pretty genius of them. Now, the best part of this is that he's upset that somebody used his intellectual property, which was actually stolen. His intellectual property is based on stolen data, stolen copyrighted information, and various works of individuals, everyday people. And, he got away with it for the most part, it looks like, and now he's crying that the Chinese are actually doing the same thing to him. The irony is just so sweet, but when karma slaps you this hard, when you deserve it, again, this guy rubs me the wrong way because he basically convinced Elon that he was going to be a nonprofit organization. He was going to make an AI that was supposed to help humanity. And of course, Elon, being Elon, he is perpetual optimist. And of course, he jumped on that. He gave this guy billions of dollars. So this guy, Altman, remember his last name, Altman. That should tell you everything you need to know about him. He basically took that money like a skeevy slime ball and then used that money to train his AI's model, develop all the technology for it, and then created a crippled version, ChatGPT-3, released that for free so that he can say he fulfilled his nonprofit obligation, and then creates another version, ChatGPT-4, which has all the bells and whistles in it, and starts charging people hundreds of dollars a month to use it. So, understandably, Elon was upset that he was tricked by Altman. So, this guy is an absolute slimeball, and, it couldn't have happened to a better person. He absolutely got owned by DeepSeek, and there's nothing he can do about it because China was able to do all of this, by the way, with some rubber bands and some paper clips. All right. I'm exaggerating a little bit there, but effectively they didn't have access to all the latest NVIDIA chipsets that Altman had. They were banned actually from China. So they're using this old tech. They are basically creating a model. They created the model that uses less power, okay, uses less processing, costs less to develop and create. All of it basically says that Altman's ChatGPT-3 is basically yesterday's news at this point. And that's exactly why $1 trillion of market valuation got dropped. Now, let's listen to Elon here tell us how these models are trained and how they are all based on copyrighted information.
Interesting IP issue, which I think is actually something I can say as somebody who's in the creator business and journalistic business and whatnot, or care about copyright. So one of the things about training on data has been this idea that you're not going to train, or that these things are not being trained on people's copyrighted information. Historically, that's been the concept.
Yeah, that's a huge lie.
Say that again?
Yes, these AIs are all trained on copyrighted data, obviously.
So you think it's a lie when OpenAI says that this is not, none of these guys say they're training on copyrighted data?
Oh, that's a lie.
It's a lie, straight up.
It's a straight up lie.
Okay.
100%.
So then,
obviously, it's been trained on copyrighted data.
Okay, so let me ask you a second question, which is all of the people who have been...
Obviously, it's been trained on copyrighted data. I mean, where'd they get that data if it wasn't from copyrighted data? They're scraping the internet, and they're taking everything they can find and using it to train their AI. I mean, it's common sense that that's what's happening. But anyway, Elon confirmed it as well. Take a quick look at Sam Altman. This was kind of him being a little high and mighty. This is a month ago, so we're rewinding a month ago. There's an interview with Sam Altman acting like, Elon's just jealous because we're doing so good. All right, so let's watch this real quick.
And you guys, like, what is the disagreement fundamentally about?
Look, I don't live inside Elon's head, so this is a little bit of speculation. Elon definitely did a lot to help OpenAI in the early days, and in spite of all of this, I'm very grateful, and I think he's just a sort of legendary entrepreneur. He's also clearly a bully, and he's also someone who clearly likes to get in fights. Right now it's me. It's been Bezos, Gates, Zuckerberg, lots of other people. And I think fundamentally, this is about OpenAI is doing really well. Elon cares about doing really well. Elon started and now runs a very direct competitor that's trying to do exactly what OpenAI does.
OpenAI is doing incredibly well. Well, it's not anymore, bud. Not anymore. 2 days. Now, fast forward 2 days, okay, to 2 days ago. DeepSeek. All right, this thing absolutely crushed, demolished. And not just because, even if it outperforms in some areas, but even if it was the same, the fact that they were able to do it with like $6 million, it would still be embarrassing, and it would still warrant everything they lost, the $1 trillion in market cap, the entire sector lost, still warrant that same stuff. And by the way, the reason why NVIDIA lost so much, right? NVIDIA by itself lost around $593 billion. That's insane, all right? Just NVIDIA alone. And the reason why that happened is that China was able to prove that you don't need all of that processing power. You don't need all that insane brand new chipsets and all of that stuff. You don't need that because we just did this with a couple of paper clips and some rubber bands. I mean, tantamount, right? So, having said that, seeing ChatGPT here just resource hungry, they're talking about building entire power plants to supply the amount of energy required to run this thing. I mean, that all just went down the drain with DeepSeek. DeepSeek just slapped Altman across the face and, spit on his face also. just all right, I couldn't help myself there. So, as far as DeepSeek goes, here's one of the beauties of DeepSeek. It is completely open source, so anybody can look at the source code on it. And the other good thing about it is that you can download it and run it independently on your computer without the internet. Yeah. So for the people out there who are like into, the whole preparedness thing, like post-apocalyptic stuff, guys, I mean, you can have like a Oracle running on a computer at home. Even if the internet goes down and there's no way to access anything, you can still have all the knowledge in the world running on your computer. DeepSeek. Check it out. All right, guys, I'm going to catch you in the next one.